birthday.
I am 13 years old and I have had diabetes.
To sing a song and talk about diabetes.
Three of us going and all three of us saying we all want a cure for diabetes.
I'm Kyle. I'm the only one from Idaho.
In 1999, the young son of a JDRF volunteer thought that he and other kids living with type 1 diabetes should go to Washington and tell their own stories to the members of Congress. They were the ones who had this disease. Why shouldn't they be the ones to ask for the dollars and the research that would cure them?
Well, stem cells, kids, and star power make for a powerful combination at a Senate hearing.
What does it do, the children's?
Well, we have 150 children who come to Washington and tell their stories.
Testifying before Congress and living with a chronic disease. Today, the young diabetes patients urge senators to help find a cure.
This is our reality TV. Children singing on the steps of their nation's capital, asking their country to remember them and their urgent need for a cure. Young people talking with government officials, championing their own cause. Kids testifying before a Senate committee, declaring that they are not going to be the victims of diabetes. They are going to be the ones who help defeat it.
Good morning, Senator Collins and members of the committee. My name is Stephanie Rothweiler. I'm 11 years old and live in Falmouth, Maine. At first, I thought diabetes was like a cold, and that it would be gone in a week or so. Little did I know I would have it the rest of my life.
Good morning, my name is Aaron Jones and I am 10 years old. I was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes when I was 4. I have been living with this disease for 6 years. My older sister Shayna has just been diagnosed too. Diabetes is so rough on my whole family. It is a heartache and heartbreak every day. Still and all, we wake up every morning grateful for a new day, and with a positive outlook on life, we are not giving up.
As chairmom of the 2005 JDRF Children's Congress, I feel so honored to be leading this group of people at this moment in history. All we need is one more little push to head us truly down that road where we want to go to the cure.
I want to tell all of you that when you tell your stories to members of Congress, we listen because you put the human face on this disease.
The reality of diabetes really hit home for me 2 years ago when my little brother Aiden was diagnosed with diabetes. He was only 10 months old and it wasn't fair. Although I worry about myself, I worry more about my little brother Aiden because he's so little and so many things can go wrong.
I'm an A student. I compete on a swim and tennis team, and I'm an expert skier. That's because I expect the best from myself. For 7 years, it was the same with my diabetes. I was the model patient. But last fall, something happened. I got incredibly sick of it. So I started to lie to my parents, skipping blood checks and making up numbers. It got worse, and pretty soon, I was skipping insulin doses too. On October 30th, a day before Halloween, I collapsed and was rushed to Children's Hospital in Boston, where I was put in the intensive care unit. I know now that this is not the way to win this battle. I have made myself a vow to be brave and not to give in to this unforgiving disease.
You are your own best lobbyist. You do a better job. You being the young people with juvenile diabetes, you're the ones who make a difference as far as this is concerned. You're the ones who got me interested in this issue. You're the ones who came to my office. It made me realize that we got to do something about this.
Well, I want to put a face on this disease and, a story, like a personal touch. I mean, you can get one impression through a letter or an email or a phone conversation, but when you see them eye to eye, there's a whole nother emotional spectrum that comes out. They need to put a face on what they're voting for.
My name is Gary Hall. Most people know me for my swimming achievements in the Olympic Games. I am a 3-time Olympian, a 10-time Olympic medalist, and hold the record as the fastest swimmer in United States history. I know firsthand that it is possible to achieve your dreams, even in the face of adversity. I ask that you look around this room at these brave children who struggle to overcome the adversity of diabetes every hour of every day. These kids represent future teachers and doctors, businessmen and businesswomen, mothers and fathers, maybe even a future Olympic athlete or U.S. Senator.
I am here today to beg you for my daughter's future and the future of these other children. Please let me tell my daughter that the Congress of the United States will use its might and heart to pursue every avenue of the science that can restore her health.
Science and research cost money, and JDRF gratefully acknowledges the governmental and corporate support that is so vital to our cause. We recognize our Unite to Cure Diabetes sponsors, Becton Dickinson and Company, Delta Airlines, and Medtronic MiniMed. With the help of public and private partnerships, we're moving research into reality.
Ellie was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes last year. To be exact, we found out at 4:45 p.m. on August 30th. I spent a better part of the next 2 weeks in a depression. I was also very angry. Anger is not the most common emotion at the very beginning. However, we are not new to this disease. I have had juvenile diabetes for 28 years. The worst part of diabetes, and the biggest impact it has had on my life, is when Ellie is getting tucked into bed at night. That is when she asks the questions that are unanswerable. Like, Mommy, why do some people get diabetes and some people don't? Or she says things like, Daddy, I don't want diabetes anymore. This is when I realized we must do everything we can to find a cure for this disease. My sweet little girl with the blonde curls deserves it.
To achieve our goal of a world without diabetes, we must continue to work together as a nation to fund the research, craft policies, and take bold actions that enable progress not merely in small steps, but in big leaps and bounds.
I can't remember my life without diabetes, but I can certainly imagine how wonderful it would be to live without it.
Promise to remember me.
Promise to remember me.
Promise to remember me. Promise to remember me.
In our busy lives, in the coming days, you and I will go our separate ways. Tell me while we share this moment, promise to remember